Oh my God, are you crying?
No, I'm not. Wasn't. Just a little bit of emotion came out.
I saw it. It's coming. It's still coming. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This week, we have a very special listener Q&A episode. You guys sent in tons of questions. We cannot wait to respond. Plus, we've got round 2 of our ultimate Bicker Battle of the Week.
Dun, dun, dun. And now it's time. I'm Megan Rapinoe.
And I'm Sue Bird. This is A Touch More. Let's get into it.
Support for A Touch More comes from Google Pixel and the all-new Google Pixel 10. With Google Pixel's most powerful chip, unbelievable camera quality, and mind-blowing AI with Gemini, there's never been a better time to get outside of your comfort phone. It's got Magic Q, the time-saving feature that gets you the right info when you need it. Plus, a built-in camera coach that helps guide you on how to take the best pic. And you can generate videos of pretty much anything you can imagine with Gemini. Head to the Google Store now to learn more about how Google Pixel never settles.
Gemini mobile app availability varies. Check responses. Internet connection required. Magic Q availability varies. Camera coach results may vary. Subscription required and availability varies for VO3 video generation. Users 18 and up.
Support for A Touch More comes from Delta. I know where I want to be, so how do I get there? It's the question at the start of every season. It begins with small steps, and every step propels you toward new heights. Because there's always more to reach for. And Delta Airlines is there to help connect you to your full potential. That's why Delta is the official airline of the National Women's Soccer League, helping you get to where you need to be, from season kickoff to the championships.
Support for A Touch More comes from Volkswagen. As the U.S. gets ready to host soccer's biggest moment, Volkswagen is helping people discover new turfs and new ways to play the beautiful game. From deaf and power wheelchair soccer to beach and futsal, Volkswagen is actively supporting all the communities and teams within the U.S. soccer ecosystem. They're supporting talent from across the U.S. soccer extended national teams and are focused on helping to give these less widely known forms of soccer a platform moving forward. From the pitch to the sand and everything in between, welcome to our turf. Okay, first up, the check-in as per. So before we get to our questions, there is one topic that we wanted to talk about this week. Minnesota Supreme Court issued a landmark ruling in Cooper versus USA Powerlifting, affirming that transgendered athletes have the right to compete in sports without discrimination under the Minnesota Human Rights Act.
Shout out Minnesota.
So while this is a big win in terms of inclusion as well as disallowing sports to be used in order to discriminate, there was also an op-ed in the New York Post recently that was written by an NWSL player, and I know you want to talk about.
Basically, the entire op-ed was about the need to protect, I guess, certain kinds of women, protect the women in the NWSL from trans players when, in fact, the NWSL currently doesn't even have any trans players. But they sure did make sure to put Barbara Banda on the front of that picture when Barbara, just to clarify, is not trans. That was the cover picture in the New York Post, which, of course, will just add to the avalanche of hatred that she already gets in real life, in stadium. It happened last year in stadium. At a Gotham versus Orlando game. So, like, are we really protecting women in sports, or are we just, like, doing this thinly veiled, like, oh, my God, we're scared, and we have to protect women in sports? And it's like, we're fine. Like, we're good. We don't even have any trans players in the NWSL. And that was really, I just felt like pretty disingenuous. Meg Linehan wrote a great article in response to this in the Times for The Athletic. So I would definitely recommend everybody go read that. Meg always just does such a great job reporting on our league and just like bringing to the forefront what's important. And it all just made me think of this really like incredibly heartwarming story about someone being able to live their full and authentic life really for the first time since like his like late teens and being able to be comfortable in his own skin. I first saw this on Instagram and I just wanted to highlight it. And I just thought it was like such a beautiful story. This is a story of Landon Donovan and his new hairpiece. And he chronicled it all. Obviously, Landon, famous U.S. soccer player, probably the best men's U.S. soccer player of all time, or arguably one of them. First of all, Landon, I'm so happy for you. I've like loved watching this journey.
Yeah, him sharing it.
And him sharing it and being vulnerable enough to share it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched along with thousands of other people online, and it just like was like truly just like so heartwarming. And I just was totally struck by the familiarity of the story and the similarity to, as a gay person, like our own pursuit of gay rights and of being our full selves, and specifically of trans people in this moment in general. And like, it fucking matters how you feel when you look in the mirror. It matters how you feel inside your own body. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I'm sure a bunch of people told Landon, oh, you look great. Oh, you're handsome. Oh, it's fine. Like, whatever. But like, he didn't feel good about it. And Landon was like so insecure and was just like struck by embarrassment every time he went outside. And he's a famous person, obviously. So everybody knows him. And of course, in the soccer environment. But every time he steps outside, he just felt bad about himself and was insecure and had low self-confidence just because of this thing that he could actually change. Mm-hmm. And so for him to like share that story and share it with obviously the thousands and probably millions of people that saw it, I thought was really powerful. So I just wanted to thank Landon for sharing that story and tie it back just as an example, because I think so often when we talk about gay rights and specifically trans rights, we're like trying to express at like a basic level of just how vital and how important it is for everyone to be able to exist in their own skin and in their own bodies in the way that they want and the way that feels comfortable. It doesn't have to do with anybody else. And it really can be life-changing. It can be life-saving in so many ways. And I just think it's really important. So also, for what it's worth, Landon, bleach it and dye it pink. Let's fucking go. Come on. Take my advice. Do it once. But I just wanted to thank him. I thought it was an amazing story, and it just really like tied back to so much of what we talk about all the time when we talk about trans rights. And I hope that it's a story that can kind of pull people out of the fear-mongering and just out of the narrative that is around trans people right now, and just put it to a non-trans person of like, oh yeah, everyone could watch Landon and be like, that's amazing. I'm so happy for him. Thanks for sharing that. Like, I get it. It's really important to be who you are and to love who you are every day when you get up. So that's what I have to say about that. Are you ready to get into it? Are you ready to rock and roll?
Time. Support for A Touch More comes from Google Pixel. When it comes to upgrading your phone, you could settle for the same old, or you could decide it's time to get outside of your comfort phone with the Google Pixel 10. So what does a phone that never settles look like? It looks like an industry-defining camera with a new built-in camera coach that guides you on how to get the very best from every shot. It looks like unprecedented time-saving tools like Magic Q, which can help pull up the right info right when you need it. It looks like being able to share your camera in Gemini Live to have a back-and-forth chat about what you're seeing. And it looks like mind-blowing video generation, which allows you to create videos of practically anything you can imagine in Gemini simply by describing it. Head to the Google Store now to learn more about how Google Pixel never settles.
Camera coach results may vary. Magic Q availability varies. User 18 and up. Check responses for Gemini Live. Compatibility and availability varies. Users 18 and up. Subscription required and availability varies for VO3 video generation. Users 18 and up.
Support for A Touch More comes from Delta. Realizing your full potential starts with recognizing the steps you need to get you there. That might look like adding a trading day or 2 or 3. And don't get me wrong, that can be a grind. But if you're actually able to make that mental shift and combine it with action, you can become unstoppable. Through a series of small steps, all building on each other, you can reach your destination. And once you get there, looking back and seeing how far you've come feels that much sweeter. There are always greater heights to reach, and Delta Airlines is always there to help connect you to your full potential. In 2022, Delta Airlines became the official airline of the National Women's Soccer League as part of their commitment to invest in and support equity for women. It's a cornerstone of Delta's investment to improve the air travel experience for everyone and help you get to where you need to be, from season kickoff to the championships.
We've been actually really excited for this episode for a very long time.
Yeah.
I miss so much being asked questions and just being able to answer them.
That's true. It is so
Right?
much easier.
Oh, it's the best.
Okay, it's time to open it up. Let's get this mailbag going. We've got a lot of sports-related questions, some personal questions. You want to do sports first?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
hit it.
Starting off with a question about the size of balls. Oh, okay. So if you don't know, the basketball used in the WNBA is a smaller size than the one used in the NBA, about an inch smaller in circumference and 2 ounces lighter. The smaller ball was adopted by the NCAA in my birth year, 1985, and is now the standard for all levels of women's basketball. So, for Cruyff's sake, I feel like we've heard from Cruyff before.
like we have.
What's up, Cruyff?
Repeat offender.
For Cruyff's sake, asks, I can't think of any other sport where the equipment is different for the women versus men, except for softball versus baseball. Megan, do you think professional women's soccer players should also try playing with a smaller size soccer ball than the men's? No. The smaller the ball gets, the harder it is to control. And it's like, so you guys are better and more skilled? Wow. We just walked right into a bam. No, I don't think we should. I guess they could use a bigger ball if they wanted, but
You're gonna be out there playing with a
beach
with a
ball.
physio ball.
I mean, it's also like I can't imagine it because it hasn't been that. But
Well, these aren't just
Yeah.
like on a whim decisions. A lot of the sizes and the weights of different balls in different sports are that for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like trial and error and figuring it out. It's why don't you play
Yeah.
with a size 4 growing up,
yeah,
and then you eventually move on to the 5.
yeah,
Yeah. So I feel like for soccer, the ball's so light also.
yeah. It is so light. I can't imagine any lighter. That thing would be flying all over the joint. Your turn, Sue.
Okay.
What you got?
Peggy Valouche 383 left a comment, quote, I'm older than most fans, 70 years old, and one of the many who became interested in the WNBA after the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. I've never been much of a basketball fan, but I found myself deeply invested in the entire season this year. That said, I've stopped tuning in to some of the podcasts and reading certain coverage lately because of all the backbiting, petty comments, and negativity. It's disappointing to see, especially in a professional league. Has this kind of behavior always been a part of the WNBA, or has it become more visible as the league has gained national attention? Has it always? So the way I'm reading this is she, assuming it's a she, is seemingly talking about, I mean, she says podcasts, reading certain coverage. I would love to know like which podcasts, which coverage. As we know, I've talked about when Caitlin Clark phenomenon hit, all of a sudden all these new people in terms of media came in and didn't really understand what was happening. And so they did have a lot of, bad takes. And there weren't enough people like us to kind of even it out. And so, but at the same time, I understood, okay, there's an ecosystem, you kind of need it all to exist. So really, to answer the question, I think because it's become more visible and because we've gained more attention, there's been a lot of, quote, bad actors. That's how I'm reading this. I'm internalizing it. And, I said this last week or 2 weeks ago. It's like when the Stud Buds covered the WNBA All-Star Game, you then saw what it really was. So I think my answer actually here is follow the players, follow those that have been around the game for longer than, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Get the information from them, and then you can kind of take it all in. Do you have an opinion on this?
No, I think that's exactly right. I think there's a lot of, people who are new, people who haven't, have maybe been in sports for a long time, so they're a trusted voice, but actually haven't been watching women's sports. And so they're kind of like not a trusted source or voice in women's sports. So yeah, former athletes, people who have been in and around it, find your trusted sources who understand the nuance, the culture, the history, all of it. And then they're speaking about current events or speaking about something that is happening right now with a historical context and not just like completely blind for the last 28 years of the W. Is that how long it's been around? So I think those are the voices that I would listen to. Because
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of, you said it, bad actors, or, we always talk about one egghead on Twitter says something and then it's like, well, people are saying, and it's like, no, people aren't saying. This one random person or some trolls or a bad actor is saying something and it gets picked up as if has the same weight as if you say something or if Candace says something or if Aaliyah says something on her podcast or whoever's podcast it is.
Yeah, actually, I'm going back to the question, has this behavior always been a part of the WNBA? Okay. For players, in terms of how hard they play and maybe some of the rivalries and some of the scuffles, yeah, that's sports. And then it's like, because it's been more visible, the new people, as you just mentioned, have come in and been like, whoa, what's all the fighting? And that kind of takes me back to my all-star comment with the stud buds. And that's kind of how I feel about it.
I love it. Okay. Lion7464 asks, for both, what is your biggest regret as a player or something that you wish you had done differently in the span of your career that still stings when you think about it today?
You have one?
Well,
I got two.
I mean, I only knew it after I knew it. And it was working with Susan and changing my diet. And I mean, really, wish I would have met Sue earlier. That would have helped. But I think I look back and I think that I spent my 20s. I wish I spent my 20s how I spent my 30s in my career. But it's not really a regret because I didn't really know.
You didn't know. Nobody did.
Yeah.
I think about it now when I watch players and how they train and work out.
Oh,
we just didn't know. This wasn't
know.
emphasized.
Yeah.
I was actually lifting today thinking man, I didn't do any of these lifts when I was in my 20s.
And maybe I wish I watched a little more film.
Oh, okay. So it's funny. What first came to mind was two specific moments in specific games.
Oh.
Where I'm like, I regret. Junior year, semifinals, UConn versus Notre Dame, 2001. We're actually doing pretty well in the first half. We have a decent lead. Don't quote me on the score. We might have been up 16-17. Alicia Ratai, great three-point shooter, known for it. I'm guarding her. I shot the gap. She was coming off a screen to the top of the key. Shooting the gap means you detach from this player and you go around the screen, as opposed to, everyone has different verbiage, but it's supposed to locking and trailing, connecting yourself. And you're never supposed to shoot the gap on a shooter. And I was a little late, and it's I was 20 years old and I made a mistake and I regret it. And she hits the three and I feel like it was a momentum shifter. Killed.
Did you lose the game?
Yeah, it's the worst loss of my life. What do you mean? I've talked about it.
Oh, sorry. And you're pinning it on that one moment.
No, I know. Listen,
I
the
think
thing about regret.
Guys, I think she is.
No, I'm not. The thing about regret is,
Okay.
it's a part of it.
All
you
right.
can't, I'm not going to bed every night.
Yeah.
Only every other.
Every other night.
And I'm going to keep the second one to myself because you're making me sound psycho. And we move on.
Wow. Okay.
Brussels Air-W40 writes in, for Sue, what was the smartest adjustment you saw in the WNBA playoffs? That's pretty easy, actually. I think Becky Hammon changing up her defenses, particularly in the finals against Phoenix, throwing zone out there was the best adjustment. I also thought what was almost the best adjustment was when in Game 4, Phoenix clearly was in a tough spot. They're just in a tough spot. Satu is concussed. She's not playing. And Nate Tibbetts went with Kalani Brown early. Here's a player who's 6'7". She's got a lot of size. And listen, it didn't change anything dramatically, but I thought that was just a really smart adjustment to try to go to this player who's going to bring a totally different look and see if he could change up the momentum, which, because Becky had done all those adjustments, he couldn't really mess with the momentum. So I think Becky's defense is the answer to your question. Okay, now we're going to take it to a voicemail from Colleen in Boston. Boston.
I was just listening to a different sports podcast and heard reference to God, and it just reminded me that I had a question for you two. You are two big people in sports who explicitly are not religious and or don't talk about God and your faith as a part of your sports journey and personal identity. And I'm just wondering about what each of your experiences have been. What did it feel like at different ages when other people were bringing faith into the locker room, and did it ever feel pressured onto you? Thank you. Bye.
Interesting.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Interesting question. I'm not a religious person.
I've got my dad.
I believe in vibes, but like that's pretty much it. I feel like sports and religion just like go hand in hand because, well, for a lot of reasons, but I feel like for the athlete, it can be uncomfortable to just be like, I was born with an incredible amount of talent. It doesn't make sense. Like, I think people like to give it up to God. And it's a way to like be humble in a way, or to like just have a way to talk about like the fact that you're just wildly talented, way better than everybody else from like age 0. So I think that's one thing. I think in locker rooms, it's always present. There was always a minute where like half the team's gone and they're going to do prayer circles. And we're like, put one in there for us, you know, but like also you always bring this point up. Like if you're praying to God for your team, like isn't the other team praying to God for their team? And then also like God doesn't care about your game. Like they're doing other things. I don't know. Like it kind of negates like,
I don't know.
it's just, I guess, keep everyone healthy. But no, I always felt like it was just like there, and there was lots of people that were religious and lots of people that weren't. And I was like, I'm not coming to Bible study.
Yeah, I would say of my entire career, including high school, because I went to a Catholic high school where we did do a prayer before every game. It was like, which honestly, my high school coach, Vincent Canizero, always ended with like, and I pray for no injuries for both teams. But anyways,
yeah.
My whole existence, and it has been, I've been on teams in the WNBA, USA Basketball, where there's been a prayer before games. I've been on teams where it's never mentioned. So with all of that time spent, there's maybe been, I don't know, 2 conversations where religion actually was a part of it, and there was like 2 sides. And for both conversations, it was actually about like gay marriage. And that's really the only time that it ever like, and I don't even want to say quote unquote like came to a head, because it wasn't heated.
Yeah.
It was a straight up conversation and really in a really respectful way. And I think that's where I'm going with this is that's the beauty of locker rooms. There's so many different people from so many different walks of life, religion being, you know, one category of that. And everybody just kind of like lets everybody do their thing. I wish the world worked this way. There was no competition in it. Fun fact for those that don't know, in the WNBA, every game day, there is what we call chapel. And so if the game's at 7, at let's call it 6 o'clock, there's chapel. Every team has a chaplain. It's non-denomination, so everybody is welcome. You can be an atheist. It doesn't even matter. Everybody's welcome. And at that point, players from both teams who like to go to chapel, and they just like chat. I guess I'm like undefeated in my career. I never went. I never, participated. But they would always come back, and we'd be like, oh, what'd you guys talk about? Sometimes it was about basketball. Sometimes it was about other stuff. Sometimes players shared. Sometimes they didn't. They did always come back with like a treat. And we'd be like, well, what treat you guys get this time? So that was always a bonus.
Not a treat.
And then you kind of said it. And then I've been on teams where right before the game, those that pray would get in a little huddle and do a little prayer.
Yeah.
I've kind of seen it all. And it's never been a thing. It's because everybody respects everyone in that room. That's how I would take it.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Chapel Roan. That's not who they're going to see.
No. Well, we know when I played and retired and when she became hot to go.
True. No. Good one. Oh, okay. So now we're going to get into some personal questions. Are you ready for that?
Let's do it.
Support for A Touch More comes from Volkswagen. Next summer, one of the biggest soccer tournaments in the world is coming right here to the US. And since 2019, Volkswagen has partnered with US Soccer, inspiring the next generation and helping people get more out of the game we all love. From deaf and power wheelchair soccer to beach and futsal, Volkswagen is actively supporting all of the communities and teams within the US soccer ecosystem. They're supporting U.S. soccer talent across the portfolio of the federation, like Emily Spreeman of the deaf women's team, Raul Silva of the deaf men's team, and Alessandro Canali of the beach men's team. A partnership between Volkswagen and U.S. soccer just makes sense. It's the people's car, partnering with the people's sport. From the pitch to the sand and everything in between, welcome to our turf.
Okay, here's a couple that are like a bit related. Rachel Elizabeth Thompson 3 asks, where do you consider home? Seattle, New York, somewhere else, or your hometown? And at SJJJ-I2E. That's like, was that like generated like a password?
Is
like
that an egghead?
Like you like you took your password?
It's going to be like Sarah Jane Joseph Jonathan dash.
Anyways, that person asks, if you could live anywhere else in the world, where would you move?
Okay, to answer the first question, I've said this often, I am from New York and Seattle is my home. And I think that kind of covers both. And yes, now New York is also a version of a home. But we've only lived here a short period of time and we still live in Seattle as well. So it's kind of how I articulate it. I'm from New York. That is like who I am.
Correct.
And my home is in Seattle, which is another version of who I am.
Tournament.
I do say tournament.
Well, first of all, home is where the heart is.
So the studio?
Yeah, right here at VOX Media. I mean, I'm from Redding, California. I'll always say that. That's like home. I'm going home. Like, that's my home. I live in Seattle and New York, but those are like my homes. This is like where I post up as an adult. But if ever I'm like going back to visit my family, I'm like, I'm going home. So there's that. But yeah, really Seattle and New York and like a Delta Airlines
lounge,
lounge and chair is my third home. That's really our third home, where we spend basically a third of our time.
I mean, you can shower there. Delta One Lounge. You can get a massage.
You can do anything.
Lunch,
in there.
then dinner, and dessert.
Yeah. And if I could live anywhere else in the world, I would live in Japan.
Ooh, good one. Would I live there? I think I would live. I could live in Australia. I think I'd live in I think I'd like to live in Spain. A little siesta in my afternoon.
A little paña?
Yeah. Because in Spain, I'm going to be eating a lot of jamon.
Yeah.
I think Spanish cuisine. Ooh, and now I'm like, should I live in Italy? You know what? For food alone, Italy it is.
The Basque region?
Italy it is.
Okay, Italy. She said it, folks.
But I'll come with you to Japan.
Yeah.
Because, home is
where the heart is. All right, here's another voicemail. Let's see what these people are talking about.
Hey, Megan and Sue. My name is Tina. I live in Philly. And I want to ask, what is your favorite thing to do when you're exploring new cities? Is it food, coffee, shopping, or just in and out for the sports?
It's food.
It's food.
It's food. It's food. It's food, food, food.
Coffee.
Well, you got to have coffee.
Oh, coffee's in food?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
So food, 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 food,
it's
coffee.
Food, 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 food. Any breakfast place worth half its weight has good coffee. So you're banging out that. And then, it's like, okay, where are we?
Can we shop?
Shopping.
I will start by saying we're really lucky. We've traveled so much, most of which is with sports, but so much where I feel like I've checked all the boxes for the most part on the touristy stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can go to live in Italy and I don't have to do any touristy stuff. Yeah. I can kind of just live in the culture. That's my favorite thing to do when we travel.
I love cross-referencing as many sites and apps and things as possible to find just the best food. Like that really is, I love eating good. I love being in a restaurant. My mom worked in a restaurant for my entire life up until a couple of years ago when she retired. I feel like I partially grew up in it. I love the culture. I love being in there. I love everything about it. All over the world, just like finding, it's not even like, the best restaurants. It's just like finding good, cute, vibey places where like you share that experience. I think it was from playing for so long in every city, in every country, all over. And it was like, that was the thing that you could do. You got a night off. Like you always had to go to dinner. Like people got to eat, shout out Grandpa Jack. People got to eat dinner. And so I think I like developed that and learned that. And then that's just like what I love to do with my friends. I feel like it's the best way to connect with people. And all of my friends love to do that too. Thank God.
Okay, Lion7464 asks, what's your favorite vacation spot for when you both need to decompress and reconnect? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Cabo.
We're going to Cabo, guys.
We're going to Cabo.
I love it. It's dry heat. The food is
phenomenal. And dry heat.
Phenomenal. We're also starting to go up to like Todos Santos Pescadero area. Absolutely gorgeous. Super chill. I mean, Sue and I on vacation, this is the itinerary. We're waking up. Coffee. Breakfast. Lounge chair. Lunch on the lounge chair.
We'll lay out.
Lounge chair.
And then when it's lunchtime.
Lounge chair. Get the tacos right to the lounge chair. Dinner in bed by 7:30 or 8. And we're just like, rinse and repeat. We're not doing a single thing.
We do like a 6 p.m. reservation, and I swear to God, we're back in our room by 6:50 every time.
Yeah, I mean, and we're fighting for our life.
Who says we don't talk about God?
For it to last that long.
I swear. We're back in our rooms.
We love to do nothing and be really chill and really be able to.
Yeah, and we read a lot.
Soak up some sun. Yeah, tons of books.
Yeah,
we're chilling. Do you guys still eat egg sandwiches? Not the one, but
we don't.
We eat eggs every day. We eat a deconstructed version of an egg sandwich in some sort of way.
Well,
but
our intake at breakfast has reduced.
Well, yeah.
So it used to be like an English muffin, 2 eggs. We had like a whole big to-do, and now we have like less than that.
Yeah.
So it's like a piece of toast and egg. But on weekends, we will go get a bagel sandwich for sure.
Oh, Paulo
a bacon, egg, and cheese.
And we're going early?
On a bagel sandwich.
We're going early?
Megan, you have turned into New Yorker in that way.
Oh, I'm like, is it 7:30 or 8?
She does go no cheese, which is tough.
I don't do cheese, yeah. I don't like the melted cheese. It's weird. Okay, your favorite meme at the moment. This has been mine for a long time. It's that brown dog, and it's like,
oh yeah,
like it's just like, what the fuck?
I don't think I have a favorite one right now.
I love that so much. I'm like, always using it in reference to a person who said something wild, and I'm like, what?
I don't know if that's a meme though. It's a meme or is it a GIF?
This is the same thing to me.
Okay, but they're not.
Well, it is to me because it's too much to know the difference.
The one that I'm pretty sure this is a GIF though, is the one that my niece always sends me.
We're gonna have to send this to you. Oh yeah, we'll send it.
I mean, I could, but it's basically a young girl. You know what? I'm not even gonna try. I know that we should try. It's a young girl with a microphone who kind of whips and then moves her hair out of the way. And my niece sends this to me 10 times a day. Easy.
And like randomly,
it's
and
really a gift.
Always like in the right context too. It's great. What are your favorite tattoos?
Oh,
I got some new ones.
You did get
I got some new ones recently.
Okay, what are your favorite tattoos?
Shout out to Nesto, Wicked Boy Tattoo out in Seattle. Well, I got this bunny.
Yeah, the bunny's cute.
The bunny's so cute. My mom's nickname was Bunny, so I got that. I mean, I got all kinds of. Well, we're gonna have to post pictures of them.
It's like I was showing you something.
No, I didn't know what you were doing down there. I was like,
what?
What in the? I mean, honestly, I like all my tattoos. They're all kind of just wild and all over the place. I am kind of like tatted.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I said that to the other day.
I got a lot of them.
You were like getting ready to go in the shower or something. I was like, you tatted.
Actually, one of my favorite ones is with my friend Larissa, and it's really beautiful cursive script, and it says, "Live, laugh, lesbian." And it's just the best.
Oh my goodness.
She's my gayest friend, and maybe one of the only people who I am not gayer than is Larissa. So shout out to her.
Nesto also did a little tattoo for me. I had my childhood basketball hoop, the one I grew up playing on, photographed in a book. I think it's called Hoop or Hoops. That's the part I'm unsure of, by Robin Layton. She's a photographer. She went around shooting all kinds of basketball hoops. Mm-hmm. And then she also got some actual basketball players' hoops in there. And mine made the cut. And she sent me like a really small version of it that we have hanging up or like posted up. And so he was able to like, I don't even know how they do this. This is when I was blown. He took that picture and gave me a tiny little like fine line hoop tattoo that I now have on kind of like sort of the outside of my thigh. That's my favorite. It's so cute. It's small. It's dainty. It's the opposite of me.
No, you're dainty.
Okay, we're moving on. At Laura-QX80W writes, Sue, I love the brown cardigan you wore during the Alyssa interview. What brand is it? Great question. I have so many cardigans.
You're wearing one of those.
This one is Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
This one is yours that I stole immediately. Promptly took that over to my side of the closet. I don't remember. You know, interesting. I don't think that cardigan was brown. It's more like grayish. It's like a...
Yeah, grayish.
It's got like a...
dark oatmeal.
Yeah, dark oatmeal.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And I'll have to get back to you. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's really expensive. I have no idea what it is, though.
It's a really nice wool.
It's cashmere.
We got another voicemail. Let's listen in.
My name is Kate from Philadelphia. Megan, I'm so sorry that my friend blew your cover by screaming your name at the entrance to the U.S. Women's National Team game, but we were just so excited to see you and Sue. My question is, how do you both prefer to be approached in public? When do you like to interact with fans, and when would you just prefer to be left alone? On that note, seeing you more than made up for us missing Alex Morgan's retirement tribute due to the horrendous traffic outside the stadium, but we hope you enjoyed the rest of the game in peace. Bye.
That's why we didn't stop. We normally stop.
Yeah.
We were like, take the picture on the go. We're getting to the game.
What I want out of fan interactions, or what is helpful, is like, get in there, get to it, have your phone ready, ask for what you want, but like, keep it moving, keep it pushing. Like, I'm not going to do the work for you. I think that's what it is. I'm fine to stop, obviously. We get stopped regularly, or say hi to people, or whatever it is. But just like, holler, shout out. Like, what's up?
Yeah. I don't know that there is like one answer to this. But I do agree. It's like, if you know you want to get a picture, come ready.
Yeah.
Have your phone out, like get it all jazzed up and ready. Yeah. I mean, otherwise it's like, we're all just figuring it out there.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
We're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like bad interactions.
Yeah. What I will say is, don't try to sneak a picture without us knowing, because the angle of your phone,
we see it,
is a dead giveaway.
And
it's like, that feels intrusive. So just come up and ask. It's totally fine.
Yeah, maybe that's it. There is no ideal, perfect way.
No.
It's like, just come up and ask.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's all good.
Okay. And our final question is, it's a big one.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This is Tolly calling from Massachusetts. I love listening to your show. Like, you are all the reason that I now love women's sports, and I simply started paying attention because I was like, gay people, yeah, podcast, okay. I love that you shared yourselves and your relationship with the world, and I think it's like so wonderful as a younger queer person to have you guys like as these like adult 20-year ahead of me role models of like what life as a queer adult with partner could be like. What were some things about each other you're like, oh, this is like so cool and awesome, or like, oh wow, this is annoying, but I guess I'll deal with it?
Well, first of all, the first part of that voicemail was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that.
So cute, so sweet.
We love that.
A baby gay.
Well, we just love to hear the impact we're having.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's really cool. We love getting up
And now what annoys me about Megan? No.
Well, I'm mad because,
no, I've stated what annoys me. I'll start with what I love about you, because I think that was a two-parter, right?
Yeah.
I do love and continue to love, and this doesn't just apply to me. I'm just so lucky that I get to experience it every day. Some people just get it from time to time. How much you see people and you, like even this caller, like allow them to be their true selves and their full selves. Oh my God, are you crying?
No, I'm not. Wasn't. Just a little bit of emotion came out.
I saw it. It's coming. It's still coming.
Why are you calling it out?
I just think it's just one of the most beautiful parts about you.
Thank you.
And like I said, everyone's lucky they get to experience it. I'm just even luckier that I get it every day.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Wait, what annoys you about me?
You try to itch your ear and it ends up coming out. It's like you do this, you put your finger in your ear and you move it really fast, and then you go, there it is, folks. Do it again. But no, usually your finger's
I know,
up there.
but this because my ear is itching at the same. So it's like inside my ear, back of my throat is itching.
I probably lose like 10 minutes of my life every time you do it. Just a little piece of me dies. I hate it so much.
I know.
It's so,
Drives
because it's
you
just
nuts.
like gets in my ear and
Drives you
and
nuts.
annoys me.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay.
Remember how I started.
I'm going to start with the most annoying, or the thing that was annoying that I had to learn and then like understand. It's just like the drive towards efficiency with all things at all times. And like,
That's how I'm getting the 10 minutes I lost. That's how I'm getting it back.
exactly. And I now understand all the ways in which it benefits my life immensely in so many different ways, because there's things happening that I don't even know. And that like, I'm just like smoothly going through life, and I'm just being like carried, and it's because of you, but it also at times
You're floating on a cloud of efficiency at all times.
Yeah, and it's just like it's actually so annoying sometimes though, because like I don't know what's going on in the background, and then I've had to learn, and then you're like, we're doing this, or you're getting upset about something that I didn't even know about, and I've had to let go and let God in so many different ways.
It's two gods.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by God. I've had to let go and let God in so many different ways, because I don't get it. It's like, it just drives me nuts. And then I'm also like seeing the benefit, but it still just like drives me nuts. Because I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Megan had to take a trip home recently, kind of sort of last minute. And the first thing you said when you came back, so you're gone for like a week. And the first thing you said when you came back was, have you been waiting for me to leave to take the balsamic vinegar and the other olive oil like off the counter?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, absolutely.
She moves my shit.
No, I put it where it belongs. I put it away. Because if I do it when you're here, you just put it back.
The rule in the house is that I can do whatever I want and change things whenever and however I want. And Sue has to get permission to do anything.
Pretty much.
That's basically it. Okay, what I love about you is how thoughtful you are. There's like a million layers of thought that go into our relationship, and just you seeing me and you letting me be me. And it's just like the sweetest, whether it's like a gift or, having something that you bought that I love, or like dinner plans or something like that. You're like so sweet and so thoughtful, even though you try to keep it under wraps. I feel like you try to keep it under wraps a little bit. You don't want people to know how sweet you are. You're sweet and you're kind and you're very sensitive.
Now I keep the sensitive part under wraps.
Yeah. Until I get in there and poke on it.
Thanks, baby.
Great questions, everyone. We had a blast answering them. Now it's time for our ultimate bicker of the week battle.
We are back with the ultimate bicker of the week battle presented by Google Pixel. Megan, as you'll remember, I won round 1 of our bicker battle when Gemini said biting someone's ice cream cone is more than just a taste. One more win, and I get to have Nano Banana go wild. Wild on one of your pictures.
No way. I'm feeling good about this here round 2. Today's battle is a personal one. Sue? Every athlete's got to do what's best for themselves. That said, I think we're both convinced we're absolutely right on this one. No shock. We're going to see which way Gemini goes. Here's the question. If you've got a 7 p.m. game, what is the best, most optimal time for your pregame meal?
I know my answer.
Me personally, 3 p.m.
No, it's 1 p.m.
You're
It's
going to be
1 p.m.
underfueled.
No, you're going to feel too full.
Okay, sometimes I am on the brink of it, but then I'm ready. I'm fueled up. I'm to the brim with fuel and energy.
The answer is 1 o'clock.
Okay, let's get Gemini's take on this. Hi, Gemini. What's the best time for a pregame meal if I have to play in a soccer match at 7 p.m.?
Since your match is at 7 p.m., you'll want to eat your main meal around 3 or 4 p.m. This gives your body enough time to digest the food and turn it into energy for the game. What are you thinking of eating?
Tacos.
Tacos are a great choice. They've got the carbs, protein, and some fats you need for energy. Just be mindful of the toppings. You don't want anything too heavy or greasy that might slow you down. Maybe go easy on the cheese and sour cream. Good luck with your game.
What if I do get a nervous stomach and like to eat a little bit earlier?
If you have a nervous stomach, it's still generally recommended to have your main meal 3 to 4 hours before the 7 p.m. game, so between 3 and 4 p.m. However, you should focus on foods that are simple and easy to digest, like a protein smoothie or familiar low-fiber options. You can also have a small, easily digestible snack, like a banana, about an hour before the match for a quick energy boost.
So what I heard multiple times was 3 to 4 hours before the game, which puts me squarely in the 3 p.m. range, and that I won.
I don't like saying this, but it sounds like you won. But also what I heard was you asked about a soccer match.
Well, it's all tied up. 1 round each, folks. We've got one more ultimate bicker to decide the winner once and for all. We're going to see you next week on that.
Good luck with those tacos.
Congratulations, me on my win. It is now Megan 1, Sue 1. Okay, now it's time for our end meme game. We're going to end this episode with a TikTok meme. Honestly, it's so funny when we do TikTok. So we're always like, what is it? How does it work? What's the point? This TikTok meme is where couples answer questions about themselves. You might have seen Michelle and Barack Obama, former First Lady and President of the United States, play it. It's a 14-question rapid fire about how we are in relationship, and we're going to answer at the same time. Basically, it's a lot of pointing. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
We're going to put our laptops away so we can move closer, and they're distracting for this game. You ready to roll?
No, they need to see how many times I point to you.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Okay. Okay, we're adjusting.
I think
we're
we're
getting
ready.
mid-screen. You need to come closer. Okay. Okay.
This one's for couples, 14 questions. Who apologizes the first after a fight? Who's the funny one? Who's more romantic? Who's more patient? Who's the better cook? Who said, I love you first? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning? Who's the grumpier one in the morning? Who's more stubborn? Who's the bigger baby when sick? Who's the social butterfly? Who's the messy one? Who works out more? Who requires more attention?
You do?
No, I don't. You do.
Do I?
Like in general. So you're saying,
Just because I get a lot doesn't mean
how
I
did
need
you
a lot.
interpret that? How did you interpret that?
Interpret what?
More attention in what way? Like from me or in general? I went in general.
You don't think you need a lot of attention?
You don't think you need more? I didn't say I didn't need a lot.
I don't know.
I don't know. You dye your hair pink. I don't know. I'm just going to leave that up for everyone else to decide.
That's just me getting in the mirror every day and feeling comfortable with who I am. Sorry.
At the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Fair.
I'm just kidding.
And now we have more questions.
Almost where the heart is?
Yeah. You're in trouble. Now we have more questions, and we'll see if we last past this episode.
Who is more thoughtful on birthdays? Who's more likely to cry during the movie? Who's a better aunt? Who is pickier about food? Who's stronger? Who spends more time on social media? Who's the better listener? Who has a better sense of direction? Who's harder to impress? Who's harder to please? Who's better with money? Who's more optimistic?
Why didn't you pick?
Who's more of a rule follower? Who's more artistic?
Those are good.
Those are good ones.
Why didn't you pick on that one? Which one was it?
Better with money?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably you. We're both good, though.
Remember the time you bought that bought that bracelet?
Well, that was just a misunderstanding about the price.
Heard what you wanted to hear, did you?
Yeah, I did.
That was funny.
Yeah,
No,
I feel
you're
like
good with
we're
money.
pretty.
These aren't like dramatic.
We're pretty
differences.
spot on.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep.
Home is where the heart is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, always, babe.
Take us home.
Well, that's it for this episode, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
That was
we
fun.
will see you next week.
Thanks to Google Pixel for their support. If you're tired of settling for the same old phone, it might be time to switch to the Google Pixel 10. It's got the time-saving Magic Cue, which gets you the right info when you need it, a built-in camera coach that helps guide you on how to take the best pic, and the ability to generate videos of pretty much anything you can imagine with Gemini. Head to the Google Store now to learn more about how Google Pixel never settles.
Magic Cue availability varies. User 18 and up. Camera coach results may vary. Subscription required and availability varies for VO3 video generation. Users 18 and up.
Thanks to Delta for their support. When you unlock your full potential, you get to meet a version of yourself you might have never met otherwise. And as the official airline of the National Women's Soccer League, Delta Airlines is there to help connect you to your full potential, to help you grow and recognize the power you have to change yourself, your team, and the world around you. Delta is dedicated to helping you get to where you need to be, from season kickoff to the championships.
Support for A Touch More comes from Volkswagen. With the biggest tournament in soccer right around the corner, Volkswagen is partnering with US Soccer to help everyone get the most out of the game we all love. It's the people's car, partnering with the people's sport. From deaf and power wheelchair soccer to beach and futsal, Volkswagen is actively supporting all the communities and teams within the US Soccer ecosystem. They've signed US Soccer talent as ambassadors from across the portfolio of the Federation, who will be helping to give these less popular forms of soccer a platform moving forward. From the pitch to the sand and everything in between, welcome to our turf.